Welcome back to the FreeFormKnits YouTube channel. I'm Haxann Evers, Knit and Crochet Crafting, FreeFormKnits of Crafting, loves the world of design. All the posting you find me will be listed right down below this video. In this video, I am going to be organizing this. So I just finished a vlog about me frogging projects and talked a little bit about reclaiming my yarn and kind of reorganizing my yarn stash. So I did have a different cabinet where I kept my yarn, but I have since gotten that out of my room. And so now I need to, I've had my yarn in these cubbies, which are very pretty, very neat looking, great storage solution. However, I've learned something about myself, and I've suspected this for some time. If I can't see something, it doesn't exist. I have no idea what's in my stash, and I feel like I can't project plan and I can't cast things on, and it's driving me crazy. So I need to be able to see my yarn, so the bin's gotta go. So you'll notice that this little bookshelf here does have some toys on top. I do share my room with my little sister, so she's got her own collection of stuff. Like I have my yarn, she has her mobile collections. So we kind of use every inch of our room. It's a pretty good sized room. We make do, but I just need to reclaim this. I need to keep my yarn here, and I'll be giving her some of her toys in. I have this, you've probably seen it in some of my other videos, this chest of stuff where I've been keeping my projects. I'll give her that for some of her toys, and I will take full control of this bookshelf, except the top. She can still play on top. I don't need the top, but that's the plan, and I will take you along with me because I love seeing other people organize their yarn, and hopefully maybe this will inspire you to reclaim some of your yarn space. But yeah, let's get started. A quick overview of what we are working with. So these 4 bins have all my yarn. This is my scrappy blanket, and this has like yarn and folders, and it's a little bit of a mismatch. It makes sense to me, but it's hard to explain. So these 2 bins are the toys that are on this shelf. So make noise. So I'm going to be putting these in where I have my projects currently stored, and bring my projects out, and yeah, I'll figure it out, but that's the plan. So these 2 bins can go, and I will be taking apart all the yarn out of the cubbies. Progress. I can see my yarn. I feel like I haven't seen it in forever. So it's all like a mismatch. Just basically just shoved it all on the shelves. But I do need to get my projects out of that bin so that I can, because I'm going to still make use of these storage bins to like put my projects in. And yeah, I also have a little dresser full of scraps, and the dresser is kind of serving as like a bedside table, but I can't access the drawers, so I should probably get my scraps out of there. So maybe these will also come in handy for that. But I'm very happy to see my yarn. It's right here, but I couldn't see it, and now I can see it, and now I feel very good about that. So if you follow my channel, you might have seen a video recently where I just organized this. But this is better. This makes me happy to put like these boxes and her toys in here, and take my yarn, my projects out of here, because I will see them and then I will want to get them done. You need to do what works, not always what looks pretty. What's missing in here? Oh, I took that bin out. Okay. It's like a big gap in here, and I couldn't think of where I put it. And the camera is angled so funny. The lighting in this room is bad, but we'll be getting out of here soon, so. Now everything that was in there has to find a home. Just kind of toss things into this basket again and see if we can fix this. So these are project bags that are empty. Empty whip. I think I know what's in here. I don't. I might not. I don't. Yeah, I think I know. Okay. Sometimes that's why you gotta go through your projects, because you literally have no idea what's what. And there's yarn over there too. Right there. Those are yarn. It's a lot of yarn. And more yarn. Yeah. Found it all. Okay, so we've kind of been making some piles here. I have this bin full of whips. I'm just gonna put, I kind of want, this is where I've run into a problem. I kind of want to, when I have a whip, even like a long standing whip, I kind of want to take the yarn out of the stash and put it with the project. But then like I have a bin full of yarn and it just gets messy. But then I also have like partial yarn on my shelf, and I'm afraid I'll forget that it's allocated to a project. So I don't know, that's something that I constantly think about. I would love a tip if you have any about that, because I like want to put all the yarn, like this sweater yarn, I want to put it with the project. I'm not finishing the project, but at the moment. But I don't want the yarn just sitting in a box, and yet at the same time I don't want the yarn sitting on my shelf and I might accidentally use it for something else. Am I just overthinking it? Probably, but anyway. I have this. There's only 3 whips in here, 2 sweaters and a collar scarf. So that is in here, and I feel good about that there's only 3 whips there. I have this whip. I remembered what it is, I think. I think it's going to be a cowl. Yes, I have the yarn and needles all in here, and I want to cast this on. So that's going to be put aside, and I have 3 whips that I need to frog. 2 of them are sweaters, because the sweaters are just not working out, and yeah. See, I go through these stages of wanting to cast a bunch of things on, and I typically don't do that. But every now and then I'll be like, oh, who cares, you know, cast anything on. There's a reason I hesitate in casting things on, is because I know if I think about it, maybe I won't want to do it. So like for instance, this sweater, this was supposed to be the Sunday morning sweater by Julianne Knitter, which I'm still definitely going to make, but I've made too many modifications to it. I'm using worsted weight instead of DK, and of course my row, it's not so much my row gauge, so much as my round gauge that's completely off, so that the color work chart will be too long, and even though that was what I thought I was going for, it turns out it's not what I'm going for. So I'm going to end up frogging this and find different yarn for this pattern, but I will be making a different sweater out of this yarn, because I kind of am obsessed with this color palette. This like sparkly pink and this like dark cream. It's like, I guess kind of like frosting, but not quite frosting. I don't know how to describe it, but for some reason I love this color palette, and I'm going to be making a cardigan out of it instead. A worsted weight cardigan, stripey. Make it simple, make it nice, and make it so that I don't end up with a really long yoke. But I really love this pattern. I love how it looks. I gotta find yarn for it. But I do have a DK sweater quantity in my stash that I could use for this, but I had bought it for a different sweater. Actually, this was supposed to be a project organization vlog, but instead I'm just going to be talking about plans and probably get nothing done. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy this. My mind is a mess. But I bought that yarn, but I could get a different color for it and use the darker color for this. This makes no sense to you because you are not privy to the images in my mind. But anyway, this is why you need to organize your stuff. You need to pull everything out, you need to look at, you need to evaluate. Okay, back on track. I will be frogging this sweater, and I will be frogging this sweater, because this was supposed to be a textured pink cardigan, and I'm really far in it, but I'm just not, something about it isn't right. And I don't know whether to push ahead with it or to frog it. I think I want to frog it, mostly because I just fallen off the track of it. And like, I think I did the yoke a little bit too short, and my plan for it was to make it really long and have a big thick collar, but something about it is just not, I'm not trusting it. So I'm hesitant to frog it, because maybe I'll realize, no, I made a mistake in frogging it. but ultimately I think it's going to get frogged. But it is super pretty, and I did want a bright pink sweater. But I can make a bright pink sweater a different way. I don't know. I'll try it on again. Maybe I'll think again, but probably not. It'll probably get frogged. It's nice that I just finished a frogging video. Finished gathering up all my worsted scraps. The top row, these kind of the bigger amounts that not enough to consider it a scrap, but it's just awkward to store it, is my problem. But underneath the more manageable, scrappy ones. So I kind of put them in this basket instead of that drawer where I could not access them, and I'm running out of room on this job, which is a good problem to have, because then it's like if you have yarn, it's just where to put it. I kind of thought in here I kind of have like categories of yarn, like this is a selection of yarn that's like the same type, and it's not something I usually have, so I'll put it together in a project. And these are these awkward skeins of a frogged project that are definitely going together, probably in a blanket. I haven't decided completely yet, but I think it's going to be a blanket. And it's just sitting in here, so I think I can put like these bigger skeins of amounts I don't want to lose, especially colors like this, like for amigurumi, can go in here just for ease, just to know like this is where the awkward skeins are kept. Oh, it's a lot better, and I feel I feel good seeing all my yarn. I feel like I know what I have now. I can project play, which is making me very happy. But this basket of scraps, it's not enough that I want, like you should have scraps on hands to do things with, you know, little bits in projects, swatches, trying out things. Just don't know where to put them and don't know how to keep them organized, so I always know where they are and always know what I have. This is all the same yarn. This is like a Pima cotton that I could use in something. It's not enough for like a garment or anything, I don't think. But like a really nice soft cowl or something like that. So I'll put that over here. I have a shelf going of like one skein projects. I'll show you. So here's what we're working with right now. This is like all one skeins of DK, or like a collection that I know I want to use together. Like these are self-striping skeins, and they're stacked here. And that's where I put the Pima cotton collection. Here is one sorted quantity of worsted, and then will be like just little overflow skeins. Here's all my worsted and full skeins. This is a full skein, just wound differently. This is actually the same as these three up here. This has to be finished being wound. And this is sweater quantities of DK, and that's a contrasting color that's going to be used in one of these sweater quantities. So then I have my scrappy blanket. I have that band I just showed you of different sized balls, not enough not to be scraps, but enough that they're awkward to store. whips. There's only like 4 whips in here, so I feel pretty good about that. And then this currently just has my project bags and like my sticky felt for amigurumi, a pair of scissors to cut the sticky felt, and I could put more in that. I just don't know what. I do have to put, these are all my extra. I don't really use deep hands, but I don't want to get rid of them, so I just kind of have them tucked in here. I have a few pairs set aside close to where my other stuff are kept, just in case I need them, but I really don't use deep hands all that much, so just keep them out of the way, but still on hand. I actually do have up here, like these are pushed to the front because back here I just put my bin of socks that I've made this year, like that are specifically for me, like my box of socks. It's just tucked to there, so it's not on the floor somewhere and get lost. So it's pretty good. I will say it does feel a little bit, it doesn't look as neat as it did before with all the bins, but I can see everything, and I'm taking that over prettiness. The functionality over prettiness, always. Well, yeah, always, because it might be pretty, but if you can't work in the space, then it doesn't work. So I really just have to find a home for this bin. Probably end up on my desk, to be honest. I'm at the point where I have just a bunch of piles of things everywhere, and it's just a matter of moving around the piles. And this is always the point of a project where I'm like, it's too hard. But I will do that, and then hopefully the space will be good. So we'll see about that. Okay, so this section is all clean, feels very good. I also emptied out this other bucket and put my DK weight scraps in here. So I now have my worsted scraps, my DK scraps, I have all my yarn set. I feel very happy about this. I'll keep saying that because now I want to sit and knit and crochet instead of just being like, I have no idea what I have. So this makes me very happy. I'm going to keep saying that throughout the rest of this video. I apologize. You'll see I put a lot of bins under my desk because you can never get rid of storage containers. The second you get rid of storage containers, you will need storage containers for something else. So I'm just going to keep them here. I can empty them out and give them to someone else if they need them, if they're looking for a storage container, or I can find a use for them. Like I can put a blanket project in one of them because they're big containers, which is awesome because, again, you can never have too many storage containers. Ever. Never too many baskets. Ever, ever, ever. Especially when you craft. So the only thing left really is to go through my current basket of whips, decide what I want to work on, what I want to finish maybe. It'd be nice to finish something, wouldn't it? And find a place to put this. In an ideal world, I could put it on the shelf. I probably can. I could put it behind something, but then I'll be able to see it again. I don't know. Maybe I'll probably, for now, just shove it in one of the other baskets and then find a better space. And eventually, over time. Because it's a process, an ongoing process, finding out what works for you. So, okay, give you the final overview. Here's the shelf. So again, I have single skeins of DK, some worsted, more worsted, sort of quantities of DK. I have under here my scrappy blanket. Like I said, literally just shoved that container. The camera's all weird. I think it's the light, but literally just shoved that scrap of DK in there with my awkward skeins of worsted, then more current whips, project's going to be casted on very soon, that kind of stuff. That last one is project bags. I have this one bag of like my Brava minis in here. I just shoved them in here to empty out that drawer, and DPNs and my sticky felt. So it's kind of a random basket of things that are awkward to store. That's really the hard part of crafts, isn't it? It's the awkward things to store. Then over here in my desk area, I have bins underneath with some books, some stuff to make swatches, some patterns coming soon, a bunch of notebooks and things. We won't even talk about that, but I have a notebook problem. Then underneath, I also have my chest full of finished projects, empty baskets, one amigurumi project that really should get done. Be nice to finish that. And then a nice clean desk of stuff. Yep. Very nice. And I love my little wall here of my needles, my schedule, my projects. It's very nice. I think that's everything for this little yarn organization vlog. If you enjoyed, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below of a yarn organization tip that you have. I love hearing other people talk about organizing their stuff and how videos where they organize their stuff. I love that kind of stuff. Like, I watch those videos all the time. So if you could leave any tips and tricks down below, I would love to hear them. It's so much fun organizing yarn. It's almost as much fun as actually working with the yarn. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting!